Man, oh man, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be interesting because we've got a lot of good news, in terms of vehicles that are being produced. A lot of people are probably getting their VINs, getting their estimated delivery dates getting bumped up and all that stuff. And there's also a ton of Model Ys available for sale on the website, ready to go. We're going to take a look at it in a second. But we've also got some bad news as well. Looks like some of the credit unions also raised some of the rates. So we'll get into that as well as a bunch of other topics because worldwide, Tesla is making some adjustments, as we'll call it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So before we get into that, let's run that intro real quick. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. I know that was a little bit flipped, but we will get into it. I want to hear from you guys in the live chat. I want to hear, have you got your VIN? Has your estimated delivery date got bumped up? Where are you at? What is your status? And we will get into it. So let's just quickly check on the Model Y, right? So make sure there's no price adjustments, nothing. Okay, we're still good. If you look at the Model Y right now, we've got a March through May delivery. If we switch that to performance, still February to March of 2023. Nothing is changing here. If we switch to, let's just quickly switch to the long range and then see if we can switch to like the 7-seat, what that day range is. Okay, still April to June. Okay, still not bad, not bad. Taking a look at the inventory chart, shout out to mattyoung.net. Still inventory is still really, really low. But this, of course, is not factoring in what happened earlier today. As we saw, I know someone commented on one of my videos, so thank you to that for sending me that alert. But bam, there it is. 244 brand new Model Ys available for sale. It looks like Tesla kind of just hit that dump button and said, here we go. Here's all of them that are available. And there was probably a ton of you out there that got a notification on your account that said VIN is available, schedule your delivery date, or whichever, things like that. And so let's take a look at this. Let's say, spread around and see. Okay, so most of it is Model Y all-wheel drive, though. It's 240. I mean, most likely what happened earlier today, there were some long ranges that got available, but they probably were scooped up and ready to go. There's actually one performance. Let's take a look. Okay, Washington State, blue with white interior, 59990. This would be like the perfect combo. And it got built a couple weeks ago, a week ago. So, hey, this is not bad. Let's see if it's still available for sale. See if we can put our name on it. And there you go. I would say if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do performance. I would just do a blue with white, all-wheel drive, standard range version. But yeah, I mean, if you're on the sidelines, if you did not get a notification today, maybe hopefully soon, maybe in the next few days, Tesla seems is ramping up the production hammer, I guess, and ready to just start whacking away. And the really interesting with this is, if you've been following the channel, we've been doing this and taking a look at the inventory every single day. But for the past couple weeks, or maybe even the past week, every single day, the same type of Model Y came on. It was, similar colors, but they all had the induction rims, like that $2,000 upgrade increase, which, I'm not sure if it's worth that $2,000, but right here, it looks like probably all of these are coming from that same Austin Giga Texas line. Giga Austin line, because all of these, how many are these here? They're all white with black interior, 19-inch rims for that low base price of $50,990. And if you were to factor out that tax credit, I know it's technically not a line item discount right off the bat, but if you were to factor in that tax credit, that's a price of $43,490. Where there are financing partners, financing ways like Tenet. Shout out to Tenet below for thank you for sponsoring the channel. There are ways to defer that $7,500 tax credit so that your payment is a lower monthly payment, and there's a strategy there. So definitely check it out if you are interested. But big news added today, I would say there's a ton of Tesla Model Y inventory is available. So I would consider, if you still have at this point if you still have a Model Y long range estimated delivery date that's far out, that's like still March, April, and if you're anxious about, this tax credit, this $7,500 tax credit, because we don't know if it's a March 1st or March 31st, it just says during March 2023, the IRS, the Treasury will come out and give some sort of more guidelines to which vehicles will actually qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit, or will it just be $3,750 or just the only $3,750? So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know where you're at. What are your thoughts? What are you doing? Are you contemplating about switching? Because if you're trying to bank on that $7,500 tax credit, it might be worth it. But let me know, did you just get pinged with a delivery? Did you just get pinged with scheduling it? Is your vehicle on your way? And now is the time. Like, I would say if you had a March or February delivery time frame already, I would say maybe start looking into financing. But we've got some bad news on the financing side. We'll go into it a little bit and kind of what my thoughts are. I mean, it was inevitable at some point, not all rates stay low, I guess. Sometimes they go low, but we're on the hunt, that's for sure. I do have a couple credit unions that, I might hold in the back pocket, maybe make a video about it on our next giveaway, maybe this coming Friday or maybe even next Friday. And so we're going to hold that because that seems like to be the gold treasure. And I don't want to, release it all yet because, technically my Patreon members get first right access to that special information. But inventory levels, I mean, it's going to stay low. This is definitely going to go up tomorrow. We're going to see these, massive vehicles that are available now. And let's see how long these last, right? Because this will be a telltale sign of which, if the pricing is good or not. Does the market think it's still good? And it seems like it still is. Model Y long range, there is not a single single vehicle eligible to be purchased, but a good amount of Model Y all-wheel drives. And that's the thing, right? The Model Y all-wheel drive, they never adjusted the price. It was still at $50,990 this whole time, even after these past two price increases. So if these 244 Model Ys still stay in inventory, or 240 Model Ys, the standard ranges still stay in inventory, maybe there's the case for a price drop. So, I mean, only time will tell, that's for sure. If these vehicles still stay around, then Tesla will be forced to make a move to make that deal even sweeter. But can you imagine a $49,990 Tesla Model Y all-wheel drive base starting price? I certainly can, because that would be very interesting. But on the flip side with Model Y all-wheel drive, they're starting to do some interesting stuff as well, right? So we've talked about how there's different types of Tesla inventory out there. There's probably 5 or 6 ones, and this latest new one is called in production out of the 6. But they're starting to add this full self-driving package, which of course is a $15,000 full self-driving package. They're adding it onto the price that makes it $67,990, which of course I absolutely do not recommend. So of course, if this is the one for you, for some reason you still like this and you want those induction rims, you can ask Tesla to remove the full self-driving package, take it off this car, and so that it will reduce the price back down to the more reasonable $52,990, because this has the induction rims on it without the white interior. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are where you're at on it. Did you hopefully get an estimated delivery date? Are you working on your financing? Where are you at? But just wanted to come on and talk about the Tesla inventory. Model Y inventory specifically is starting to surge. We're going to get into some other topics. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon at a certain level, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions that I use, with some of them have rates that as low as 2.5% to 4% and from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check out if you're interested down below in the description. All right. The next thing we're